Bonjour à tous. If you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Madame Ugo, your unconventional online French tutor. In our today's lesson, we are going to continue with the conjugation of our irregular verbs. And today we are going to be talking about the verb to be, which is one of the most important verbs as far as French learning is concerned for beginners. So the verb to be is known as êtres in French. So in order to conjugate this verb, we are going to start off. And we will start with the first person subject pronoun, which is je. And if you haven't watched the previous lessons and you're just seeing this video for the first time, please, I encourage you to watch our previous lessons. That way you can understand what is going on. And just to add, please help us to support what we are doing here by liking the video, sharing with your friends, and also commenting and participating actively. All right, so let's move on. So the first person subject pronoun I, je in French. So if you want to say I am or I am being, that comes from the verb to be, which is être. So I am is je suis. So this means I am. It also means I am being. Okay? The next one, you. To est. This means you are, and of course this is the informal you, so this means you are. It also means you are being. The next one, il est. So this means he is. It also means it is. It also means he is being, and it also means it is being. Okay? Now, we also have elle. This subject pronoun is the one you use for feminine gendered noun. So, elle est. So this means she is. It also means she is being. It also means it is when you're using it with a feminine gendered noun. And it also means it is being. Okay? On est. This means one. Like one is being serious right now. Or you want to say one is supposed to be calm all the time. So that is the subject pronoun. It also means we in the informal setup. Okay? So one is. Okay? Or we are. And the next one, nous sommes. So nous sommes means we are, plural. This is also we are being. And we have vous êtes. Okay? Vous êtes means you are. This is the one for formal setup. And you also use this one when you're talking to more than one person. So this also means you are being. You are being. And we have ils sont. This means they are. It also means they are being. And the last but not the least, elles sont. This means they are. It also means they are being. All right? And one thing you need to know is that when you use the verb être with an adjective, the adjective must respect the gender of the noun and the number of the noun in terms of when the noun number is plural or singular. And we are going to see that in some of the examples that we're going to be doing right now. So here you have the conjugation of your verb être. So let's make some examples with this verb in sentences. Examples. I want to say, I am a teacher. Okay? I am a teacher. I can say, je suis un professeur. Okay? I want to say, you are here. Informal. It becomes tu es ici. I want to say, we are together. So we are together becomes nous sommes ensemble. Now, watch what happens to ensemble. I'm going to add S because this is in plural. And I want to say, they are intelligent. And they are intelligent becomes ils sont intelligents. And I will also add S at the end of my intelligent. So you can see that for each of the subject pronouns, especially in number 3 and number 4, where we use a semblance of an adjective in making the sentences, that we had to obey the rule of this verb by adding S to the subsequent adjective that followed them. So whatever it is you're doing with êtres, so long as you use an adjective, please ensure that it conforms to gender of the noun and it conforms to the number of the noun. And let me also take it further to give something in the other gender, feminine gender. For example, I want to say, she is intelligent. So this is what I'm going to say. Elle est intelligente. My adjective is going to have an E. So this is how we use our verb to be in making sentences in French. So the last but not the least, we are going to be looking at the verb to go, which we call aller. All right, so I am going to conjugate the verb to go in the present tense. So I go, je vais. This means I go. It also means I am going. Then we have the tu. Tu vas. This means you go. It also means you are going. We have il va. This means he goes. It also means it goes. Okay, when you use it with a non-living thing, a noun that is a non-living thing. So it also means it is going. It also means it is going. So we have we go. Nous allons. Okay, and we have you go, the one for plural and formal setup. So this will be vous allez. You go. So we use this for formal and plural. Okay, and the last but not the least, in the plural, when you use they. So they go, ils vont. They go. So this is they for masculine gendered noun. For feminine, it becomes elles vont. This is also they go. All right. And by the way, for you to appreciate the uniqueness of French, in our English, we would say, how are you? We use the verb to be. in our greeting, that is salutation, if you want to say it in French. But French people use the verb to go in their salutation. This is French, how are you? If French wants to say, how are you? In your English mind, you might be thinking that this is êTRE. Yeah, for English people, it is êTRE. But for a French person, this is actually what they will speak. How are you going? This is the French version of how are you. So that is why in French, they will greet you. They will say, comment vous allez? Okay? Whether you say comment vous allez or comment allez-vous, they are the same thing. It's just inversion. Okay? Comment allez-vous? Same. Or you say comment tu vas? Or you say comment vas-tu? So this is how are you in French. Then of course your obvious response will be I go well, which is je vais bien. All right, so let's make some sentences using the verb to go. So examples. Example 1. I am going to the market. So I am going to the market becomes je vais au marché. By now we should all know why it is au. Market is a masculine gendered noun and tu is a. You can't say allo in French. That is an abomination. All right. Number 2. I want to say he is going to the house. So he is going to the house becomes il va à la maison. Okay? And I want to say we are going to the schools, plural. So this becomes nous allons aux écoles. Okay? It becomes plural. And the last but not the least, I want to say the children are going to the zoo. So the children is a plural noun. So you're going to say les enfants. You will use the plural form of the conjugation of the verb to go. It becomes vont to the zoo, au zoo. And that's how you make your sentences using your verb to go. So to recap on the lesson on the conjugation of our verbs in the irregular form, it is important that we know how to conjugate the verb avoir, êTRE, and aller. And the reason is that subsequent grammar you're going to be learning in the future are going to be resting on the fulcrum of your knowledge of how to conjugate these verbs. In order not to make this lesson too long, we are going to be stopping it here. Please like, follow, share, comment, and also make as many examples as possible using these verbs. I will catch you in my next lessons where we are going to dive into adjectives in French. Until then, it's goodbye for now. Au revoir. Merci.